Hello, dear students. As I was told yesterday that instead of Google Meet class, I will send you YouTube video link, but it was not possible, so I could not send yesterday YouTube video link. So today I'm sending you this video link. So watch this video and learn about the others, about the natural resources, about the information of soil. Okay. So here is the today I am going to teach you in the soil formation. Subject as soil. Soil is the very important part of our life that we are lived on the earth. That upper layer, upper surface of the earth it is called the soil. So the generally, okay, that also we know that generally the part of the surface of the earth, the upper surface of the earth, where okay, where in the given the vegetarian grows is known as soil. The soil is a thin layer composed of various element on the surface of the earth. And the soil, okay, you should understand that what is called the soil. So that the part of the surface of the earth wherein the vegetation grows is known as soil. Vegetation means grass, plant, trees, fruits, flowers, these all are grown. It is called the soil. The soil is thin layer composed of various elements on the surface of the earth, and there is a soil which is the upper layer of the earth. It's not just only made from the only one component, okay, only one component, but it is a made of the various elements, okay, stones, sand, mud, clay, different soils are there. Okay, we will also learn in the further about the different types of the soil and their features. Minerals, humidity, humus, and air are mixed up in it. So in this soil, there are the minerals, different types of the minerals, humidity, pH, wetness, humus, that which are the dead animals and make their minerals. Okay, the dry leaves. Okay, when they are that decay and they become the humus, and the air also mixed in the earth. Maybe you have learned this experiment, you have seen this experiment in the previous classes. When do you make a one small tuft of the soil, यानी कि मिट्टी का ढेफा लो and just sink inside the water. After you will see there are the many of the bubbles are coming outside from that clay. So how it is possible? Why there are the bubbles? So that bubbles are air. जो bubbles है वो क्या है? Air. So it is also mixed air. The parental rock lie below the soil. Soil is formed due to the material available through the reduction. Biotic remains, humidity and air get mixed up with it. And the soil is formed. So different factors are work and they play a role to form the soils. So the due to the material which are available in the soil, the denudation, biotic remains biotic means which are the living element like plants, then flowers, okay, seeds, animals remains bodies. So these biotic remains also play a role to form soil. Humidity and air get mixed up with it, and also the humidity and air mixed up. In other words, the soil is natural mixture of minerals and biotic animal which have the capacity to grow and develop vegetation. The soil has the capacity which can grow and develop the vegetation, and it is also because of that which elements are mixed in the soil, the mixture of the minerals and the biotic animal, these are most important. Without this set the soil can't be grow. That is why we are saying that fertile soil, okay, and non-fertile soil. So that fertile soil means there are the more minerals are available in the soil, it can be called the fertile soil. Okay, then soil. Now what is soil? That previous we have learned about it, how soil is formed, soil जमीन कैसे बनती है, and now soil, what is the soil? The uppermost layer of the crust of the earth is called soil, which contain minerals and biotic elements necessary for the growth and development of vegetation. Minerals and the biotic elements are most important for the growth and development of the vegetation. Okay, that is why whenever that sometime we are also that farmer if anyone farmer, so they are also that using that composite khatar composite okay, also they also use that dung of the animals as a composite. Okay, so if there is the so many minerals are available in it, so it is a good for the development and the growth of the vegetation. So although their proportion is not the same everywhere, and this all the minerals are not available everywhere same. Okay, somewhere the different types of animal, somewhere less, somewhere too much. Okay, so the soil is layer of surface of the matter formed due to the mixture of the scattered minerals materials of the parental rock and the vegetation. So thus we can say the soil is the layer of the surface, okay, of the matter that formed with the mixture of scattered material, the different materials are there. Okay, material scattered यानी कि छोटे छुआए हैं, everywhere is not same quantity, and the quality also not same, difference are there. So the factors denudation prepare very thin layer through the denudation of rocks. When the rocks are slowly that small particles of the rocks are they are separate from the rocks, and from this the rock, because of the effect of the rain, winter's cold, and summer hotness, the droughts are the denudation, and that is the why the thin layer of the soil is formed. The humus formed due to the distinction of decay of vegetation or insect is added to this humus. Okay, it is also very important for the fertility of the soil, and the humus is formed with the disintegration or decay of vegetation, यानी that plants, trees, flowers, fruits or insect, this all are decayed यानी कि जब सड़ जाते हैं. Okay, after from these it's make the humus. Okay, which is also very most important minerals. Okay, so these biotic element play an important role in the development of vegetation, and these are the very important. These biotic minerals and the biotic elements are very important to development of the vegetation and the growth of the vegetation. The climatic impact in the duration of soil formation is so important and widespread that the soil formed of different types of rock in the region over a long time is the same. The climatic impact also play a major role. Duration of the soil formation. Okay, because of the wind. Okay, because of the distribution and inductions of the rocks. Okay, so the widespread the soil form different types of the rock in the region over a long time is the same. So the soil form out of the same parental rocks under different climatic influence is different. Okay, so from the same rock which soil is formed. Okay, but because of the different climatic situation, different climatic influence, so that which soil is formed is also difference. Okay, climatic जो असर होती है, वातावरण की जो असर होती है, it is also different, and that is why different soils are formed. Soil are classified on their basis of the color, climate, parental rocks and structure, and the humus. And the soil also can be classified into different warriors on the basis of the color. Okay, there is a black color, red color, soil also is there. Climate effect, climatic influence, parental rocks, from which types of the rock this soil is formed, structure, and the humus. Structure means that soil is the it's like a powder, it is like there is a sand. Okay, laterite soil. Okay, and the humus, that biotic elements available in the quality and the quantity. So this is the way that soils are classified. Let us see the now classification of the soil. So this is the very important, students, that you have to prepare about the different types of soil. Okay, so the recently Indian Council of Agriculture Resources, ICAR, okay, that short form can be asked that what is the full form of ICAR. So the full form of ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research. This can underline this, all of you mark this. Okay, has divided the soil of India into 8 types, and the soil of the India is divided into the 8 types. Okay, and the classify according to the color, according to the humus, its structure, and the climatic influence. Okay, and according to the Indian Council of Agriculture Research has divided the soil of India into the 8 types. Of these, mountain soil and forest soils are found at different altitude in the mountainous region. And out of these, that mountainous and the forest soils are different altitude in the mountainous regions. That mountain soil, according to the height and the altitude, altitude means height. So height के मुताबिक जो mountains और forest की soil होती है, it is a different. Okay, because of the climatic influence. Let us see the which types of the soils are there. So there are alluvial soil, red soil, black soil, laterite soil, desert soil, mountain soil, forest soil, marshy or peaty soil. So these are the 8 types of the soils are classified in India. Okay, by Indian Council of Research, Indian Council of Agriculture Research. Let us see first alluvial soil. Okay, so this type of soil is spread over about 43% of the total area of India, and total soil of the India, total lithosphere of the India, that 43% of the earth of India, it is a covered the alluvial soil. 43%, this kind of alluvial soil is over about 43% of the total area of India. This soil is found in the northern plain from the Brahmaputra Valley in the east up to Satluj in the west, and in the okay, and this soil is found in the northern plain from the Brahmaputra Valley. There is a Brahmaputra river and the valley in the east up to Satluj, and the west in the delta region of Mahanadi. Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri rivers. The formation of alluvial soil is due to the alluvial depositions by the river. That alluvial deposit, types of the soil, alluvial. Okay, and because of these depositions, there is all the soil which is that flowed by the rivers, and the rivers are deposit these types of the soil in the river banks, and that is why on the bank of the rivers, that Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri, they have formed the soil, alluvial soil, due to the alluvial depositions by the rivers. There is a more proportion of potash, phosphoric acid, and limestone in this soil. So what is the available in this? Underline. So in the alluvial soil, there is a proportion of potash, phosphoric acid, and limestone in this soil are available, and the less proportion of nitrogen and humus. In this soil, there is a less nitrogen and the humus. If pulses are grown in this soil, the nitrogen content can be established. Okay, so if you want to establish, that is the why the many of the farmers are cultivating that agriculture by skip. Okay, one year there is a they are growing the grains, this next year there will be a pulses, or also they can grow that mixed cultivator. Okay, there is also pulses also, and some another that kharif crops also. Okay, like tobacco, cotton, custard, this is also they are cultivated. So because of this, what that pulses can be installed the nitrogens. Okay, so the nitrogen is very important. So in the pulses, that root, there is a rhizobium bacteria. Okay, that plants cannot capture that nitrogen is available in the atmosphere. Okay, but that plant cannot directly absorb that nitrogen. Okay, so that is the why it is we should have to install in the root of the plant. Okay, that is the why that we are using that different types of the composite chemical fertilizers like urea and DP. Okay, DAP. So Crops like wheat, paddy, sugarcane, jute, cotton, maize, oilseed, etc. can be grown in this soil. So in the alluvial soil, the different types of the crops can be grown. It's like a paddy, sugarcane, jute, cotton, maize soil, etc. can be grown in this soil. Now, red soil. So as it is named, the soil color of the soil is the red color. You can see in the picture there is a soil is in the red color picture. That is why this soil is known as the red soil. So it occupy about 19% of the total land of India. Alluvial soil 43%, red soil 19%. Okay, and it is a spread. Okay, it is spread from Tamil Nadu in the peninsular India up to Bundelkhand in the north and from Rajmahal Hills of the east up to Kutch in the west. Okay, from the south to the west, this soil is spread. Such soil is formed in the some parts of the Rajasthan. In the Rajasthan also this soil is available. Okay, the soil is red in color due to the presence in the ferric acid. So why that red soil in the red color? So because the red color is because of the ferric oxide that is a presence in the soil, and it's become yellow as we grow, as we go down, and as we go down from the west. Okay, that colors of the soil is yellow, it's become the yellow because of the lime gravel and the carbonates are not found in this soil, and the lime gravel and the carbonates, these elements and these minerals are not found in this soil, and there is a deficiency of lime, magnesium, phosphate, nitrogen and potassium in this soil. Deficiency means kami hoti hai usme, they are not more. Okay, so there's a deficiency of lime, tuna that we are saying tuna, lime, magnesium, phosphate and nitrogen and the potassium in this soil, and in this soil that can be grown the which crops are like a millet, cotton, wheat, jowar, linseed, groundnut, potato, etc. are grown in this soil. So this is the different types of the crops which can be grown in this soil. So red soil, the proportion of the red soil which is the occupy the total land of India 19%. Alluvial soil is the occupy total 43% of the total land of India. Okay. Now black soil. So as it is the name of the black, that color of the soil is the black. Okay, mostly in the our region, okay, in the Mesagar and the Kheda and the Chauta region, there is the mostly that soil are in the black color. Okay, as it is not everywhere, but somewhere that the colors of the soil is also different. It's according to the influence of the climatic situation. Let us say the black soil. So the black soil, the black or regur soil, is it another name? A black soil is also called the regur, regur, regur soil. That question can be asked in the exam, that what is the another name of the black soil. There will be also another names of the black soil because of the which types of the crops are can be grown and the cultivate abundance quantity. Okay, so the black soil is a cover about 15% of the total area of India. Okay, one by one that all you have to keep it, remember, memorize that. Okay, alluvial soil 48%. Okay, then red soil 19%, and now black soil is the 15% of the total area of land, total land area of India. So the soil was formed due to the spreading of Deccan lava. Okay, because of this lava this soil was formed. Okay, when there was a volcanic eruption, so from the volcanic eruption this wall is coming out. Okay, and this soil is, such soil is found in the entire Maharashtra, western Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh and certain part of Karnataka, in Gujarat, Surat, Bharuch, Narmada, Vadodara, Tapi and Dang district have this type of soil. Okay, in the Maharashtra and also in the Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, these types of soil is found. Lava rocks and the climate play an important role in the formation of such soil. That lava, okay, volcanic eruption, that which is the erupt the lava, that lava rocks and the climatic situation, okay, and the climate play an important role in the formation of the black soil. there is a more proportion of iron, lime, calcium, potash, aluminum and magnesium carbonate in this type of soil. So which minerals are available in this soil? So the more proportion of iron, lime, calcium, potash, aluminum and magnesium carbonate in this soil of type of, so in the black soil. Just keep in mind that which proportion is available in the black soil. It is considered to be quite fertile, and ये माना जाता है कि जो ब्लैक सोइल थी वो बहुत ही फर्टाइल होती है, that can be grown the crops very easily in abundant quantity. So the soil is also has capacity to retaining more moisture, यानी कि जो moisture होता है, जो भेज that we are saying wetness, it can be hold for a long time. It is also the more. So whenever the moisture dries up, they develop fissures. Fissures means वहाँ पे ऐसे क्रैक हो जाते हैं. ओके जैसे उसमें से मॉइस्चर कम हो जाता है, सो देयर कैन बी सी द फीसर्स, क्रैक्स. वी कैन सी द क्रैक्स इन द सोइल. ओके यू कैन सी हियर दिस आर द क्रैक्स. ओके so this soil also has capacity to retaining more moisture, and whenever the moisture dries up they develop fissures. Crops like cotton, linseed, mustard, groundnut, tobacco and urad are grown in this soil. As it is more suitable for the cotton, the soil is also known as the black cotton soil. And this soil is more suitable for the cotton. That cotton can be grown in this soil in abundant, okay, and very easily. That is why this soil is also known as a black cotton soil. So there are the three names of this soil. The one is the black soil, second is the regular soil, and third is a black cotton soil. Understood? Now laterite soil. So the name later is derived from the Latin word later, which means a brick. Later means a brick. Okay, it red color in due to the iron oxide, and there is a iron oxide is the present in this soil. That is why this laterite soil are in the red color. When this soil become wet, it becomes smooth like a butter. यानी कि जब ये जमीन, ये जो मिट्टी है उसको अगर पानी में भिगाया जाएगा, उसको वेट किया जाएगा, so it will like a butter. Okay, very smooth. But when it's dried, it become a very hard, and when it's dried it's become very hard. Okay, so can you think that what could be made from these types of the soil? Yes, bricks. Okay, at home for the construction of the buildings, that they are using that bricks, red color bricks. So red color of that brick is the natural color. Okay, they didn't add any color. Okay, so the laterite soil is a, when it's wet it's become the smooth like a butter, and when it's dried it's become very hard. So because of it is a smoothness, when it is wet, that can be molded in any forms, in the any structure, in the any shape and size that can be given easily. Okay, so it is formed due to the change of dried and moist climate, and due to the prevention of the silica based material. And there is also, there is a prevention of the silica based material. It is a, this soil has developed, this soil has developed in the higher area of peninsular plateau of India, and in the peninsular plateau of India this soil is available. The soil contains more of iron, potash and aluminum. The soil is less fertile, but cotton, paddy, ragi, sugarcane, tea, coffee, cashew can be grown after using fertilizers. Okay, this soil is the less fertile, यानी कि इसमें fertility होती है, that fertility which is important for the growth of the and the development of the crops. It is a less, but after using fertilizers, composite, in this soil also can be grown that cotton, paddy, ragi, sugarcane, tea, coffee, cashew. Okay, these crops can be grown. Number 5th is the desert soil. So this type of soil is seen in the area where the climate is arid or semi-arid. Arid means sukha, where the regions where is the very less rain, it is called the arid region. Or the semi-arid means rain is there enough, okay, not too much. Okay, it is called the semi-arid. The soil is sandy and the infertile, and this soil is the completely infertile because it is a desert. There is sands available, there are no minerals, so that is why in this soil that can't be grown any types of the crops easily. It contain more dissolved minerals, okay, which minerals are not dissolved, okay, in the water. So the Rajasthan, Haryana, and southern Punjab, these have this type of soil. In the Gujarat, this type of soil is found in the Kutch and some part of Saurashtra. With irrigation facilities, crops like a millet and jowar can be cultivated in this soil. And with the facility of the irrigation, because this soil need more water, because it has a very less capacity to absorb the moisture. Okay, that is why it need the more water. So these types of the soils are found in the Rajasthan, Haryana, southern Punjab. Okay, and in the Gujarat of the these types of soil also found in the Kutch and the Saurashtra region. And with the irrigation facility in these types of in the desert soil that can be grown that millet and the jowar. Number six is the mountain soil. So as it is, you heard the name mountain. So which soil is found on the mountain? It's called the mountain soil. But in the altitude, height road. Let us see. So this type of soil is found in the valley and slopy region. Slopy, dhal. Its slope is there. Of Himalaya and at an altitude about the 2700 to 3000 meters. Okay, altitude 2700 to 3000 meters altitude, these types of the soil is found. Its layer is very thin and underdeveloped. Okay, the soil is found in the Assam, Darjeeling, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and Kashmir. In the Himalaya, the soil is found at the general altitude of the regions of the pine and the cheed trees. And on these types of the soil, there is a types of the trees are grown, so which are the pine and cheed. Okay, it's a pine and the cheed trees are grown. Okay, and the layer is very thin and is underdeveloped. It's not developed properly, the layer, which can be easily, that landslide is also can be happen in these types of the soil. It is also not too much fertile. Now number seven is the forest soil. So soil which is found in the forest is known as the forest soil. Very simple. So these type soil found within the altitude between the 3000 meter to 3100 meter in the coniferous forests of the Himalaya. So in the Himalaya, these types of the soil is height is more than the mountainous soil. Okay, so the forest of the Himalaya, the coniferous forest means in the coniferous forest that all the trees, the shape of the trees in the cone, it's like a cone. From the top, it is a very narrow, and as it is coming down, it's become the wider. Okay, what is there is also the reason behind it. So in the Himalaya region, when there is a snow is the falling, so when that snow fall on the tree, it can be easily sloped down from the tree. It's not the collected or the stored on the tree. That is why it is also known as a coniferous forest. So Himalayas, Sahyadri, Eastern Ghat, and the Terai regions of the Himalayas, the surface of the earth is covered by the shaded leaves of the trees, and upper part of the land become black due to the increase in the humus caused due to the decaying leaves. And the upper surface and the upper part of the earth is covered by the shaded leaves, which leaves are shaded from the trees, and the upper part of the land become the black. It is a black due to the increase in the humus, and because of the humus, that leaves became the decay. ओके, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द डिकेइंग लीव्स, यानी कि वो पत्ती होते वो सड़ जाने की वजह से जो अपर पार्ट ऑफ द सोल इट्स अ ब्लैक कलर in change into blue or red color while going down within the land. And they change also the its color, the soil also change its color while we are going down within the land. Beside tea, coffee, spice, other crops like wheat, maize, barley, paddy, etc. are also taken in this soil found in the limited area. Okay, and these types of the crops, tea, coffee, and the spices, they need very less rain. Okay, less water. There should be not the stuff the water in that root. Okay, so that is why these types of the crops are grown in the forest region. Okay, now number 8, mercy or pt soil. So these type of soil develop in the humid region due to the accumulation of biotic element. ओके, बिकॉज ऑफ द वहाँ पे बायोटिक एलिमेंट्स होते हैं वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा होते हैं, इकट्ठे हुए होते हैं. So this type of soil is developed in the humid region due to the accumulation of biotic element. During rainy season, this land is submerged under the water, and when the water recedes, paddy can be grown in it. And during the rainy season, in this soil, that land is submerged इन अंडर द वाटर, यानी कि जो ज़मीन है वो पूरी की पूरी पानी में डूब जाती है, पानी में मिल जाती है. एंड व्हेन द वाटर इज रिसीड, यानी कि जब पानी वहाँ से कम होता है, सो आफ्टर दैट पेडी क्रॉप्स कैन बी grown in it. There is an excess of biotic element and minerals in such soil. Okay, in this type of the soil, the biotic elements and the minerals are more available, but it shows insufficiency of phosphate and the potash. Such soil is found in the Odisha, West Bengal, coast Tamil Nadu, central area of northern Bihar, and Almora district of Uttarakhand. Almora district of Uttarakhand. This soil has very limited extent, and this soil is not extended in the more regions of the India. Okay, so this soil also that very most important for the growth of the paddy. Now soil erosion, मिट्टी का धुल जाना. Now you have seen, just yesterday I saw the news in the Rajasthan. There was a many of the societies, there was a, because of the soil erosion in the societies were stuffed, dumped with the mud. पूरी रिक्शा होती है, ट्रैक्टर होते हैं, वो सब मिट्टी में डूब गए थे. आई विल सेंड यू सम इमेजेस ऑफ दैट. Okay, so you will can see that what is the soil erosion. Okay, the soil erosion means a transportation of land particles from one place to another place with the help of moving air and water. Erosion means धुआं. So erosion means the transportation of land particles, यानी कि जमीन के जो particles है that move from one place to another place with the help of moving air and the water. So with the help of the air, so desert soil is moved, desert soil is erosions, and with the help of the water, which soil is present nearby the rivers area, near the river bank, that are erosion easily. So in the other word, the faster transfer of the particle of the surface land on the other place by natural forces. It can be said by the natural forces only it is possible. It takes many years to form the upper layers, and that is the takes soil erosion to upper layer to form take the many years. If the soil particles are carried away because of heavy rain or by stormy wind, the agriculture production decrease. Now if there is a very fertile soil, the black soil, and because of the heavy wind, okay, that other sands are flow with the wind. So if there is a in that black fertile soil that also mix up the sands and the other dissolved minerals, so what happened, the fertility of the black soil will be decreased. Okay, so that is also, if the soil particles are carried away because of the heavy rain or by stormy wind, okay, the agriculture production decreased. It is extremely necessary to maintain the upper layer of agriculture, so the soil erosion should be prevented. It is also the very important to prevent and maintain the upper layer of the agriculture of the soil, so the erosion should be prevented. Because of the what happened, there are the minerals and the humus are available only on the upper surface of the earth, and if the upper layer is washed, upper layer is erosion, so what happened, that fertility of the soil also decrease, and as the fertility of the soil decrease, the production of the crops also decrease. Okay, so that is the why it is extremely necessary to maintain the upper layer of the earth, upper layer of the soil. Okay, so the soil erosion should be prevented. Okay, here you can see this, the pictures are given, there the soil is erosive. There also you can see that how it is that soil is, which were that very plains was there, now it is, you can see here there is a one big dig is there. So because of the water, the force of the water. Now the measure to prevent soil erosion. सो हाउ वी कैन प्रिवेंट द सोइल इरोजन, यानी कि ज़मीन का जो धुल जाना है, ज़मीन डेट मूवमेंट ट्रांसपोर्टेशन लैंड फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर प्लेस, हाउ कैन वी प्रिवेंट. हियर इज द कंट्रोल द ग्रेजिंग एक्टिविटी ऑन द लैंड. What happened while that people are grazing their animals on the land, so the structures of the earth, it's become the weaker. Okay, and that is the when the structure of the earth becomes the weaker, so easily it could be washed or the erased by the water force. Second, plantations will be carried out counter counter method in the slopy regions. Okay, in the slopy region that should be also that plants will be grown. Okay, trees will be grown. So because of the trees plantation, there will be a no water flow very speedy. Okay, and it's also the roots of the tree, it will be hold the earth structure very tightly. Okay, it will be hold it. It is also prevent the soil erosion. Plant trees in the fallow land. Okay, we should have to plant the trees in the land यानी कि जितनी जमीन में. Okay, as you we have seen, if there is a flow of the water, it's a very high speed. But if there is a between, there are the plant trees are there, so what happen, because of the trees, the flow of the water will be decreased. Okay, speed and the force of the water will be decreased, and because of this, the decrease of the water flow, that we also can the prevent the soil erosion. Construct check dams where there are dam streams. So here you can see this is the streams of the water flow. Okay, here not now flowing the water, but when there is a rainy season, from this, from the up to the here down, that water is flowing. So between this, if they have the digged one very big check dam, they build a very big check dam. So what happen, when there will be water will be flow from the here, so that water when falling very fastly, so it will be directly fall into the check dam. पानी यहाँ पे चेक डैम में आएगा. सो व्हाट हैपन, द स्पीड ऑफ द वाटर विल बी डिक्रीज. And also because of the check dam, that we can also water recharge in the underground water. It is also number. Then the fifth, sixth is a fifth, cultivate very deeply in field to reduce the speed of the water. Cultivate very deeply in the field to reduce the speed of the water. इनकी जो खेती होती है, that plants will be grown very deeply. Okay, so the reduce the speed of the water, यानी कि जो water की speed होती है उसको decrease करना, वो सबसे important. Okay, so these are the measures to prevent the soil erosion. Next is there soil conservation, यानी कि जमीन को हम कैसे बचा सकते हैं. Okay, so here different diagrams are the given. So soil conservation means prevent soil erosion and maintain its quality. It is the most important to maintain the quality of the soil. If we will not maintain the quality of the soil, so then will be, or we can't grow the more cultivation, that we can grow more crops. Okay, soil conservation is directly connected to the retain the soil particles at their original places. Different remedies are used at different places in the world according to the location and the problems. If the soil is not conserved, so there will be a upper layer of the soil will be eroded, and the fertility of the soil is decreased, and because of the fertility of soil is decreased as it is, the production of the crops also decrease. Now here you can see this is the slopy flow of the soil. So flow, so what happened when you will be water will become the here from the top, so that water will be easily flow very, and it is also very fastly. Okay, and it's also carried with the some particle of the soil also. In the second picture you can see here, so water harvesting the terrace slope, so most of the water is stored terrain. Okay, so here we should have to make like a stairs, पगथिया type step हमें बनाना है. So what happen when there is a water is flowing from there, so on the first step it will be water is stored. Okay, the speed decrease, then there's water is stored, then it will be come to the next step. Okay, and there also water will be stored, and then the third, so then also water will be stored. So what happened, that soil erosion will be decreased, and also that we can store the water in the amount quantity, and also with the help of this water we can grow crops too. Okay, so in this is the way we can store a large amount of water. Then here also there is a one another structure is there. So water having faster flow percolates less in the soil. Okay, in these types of, okay, this is the structure are given. Okay, this is and another way, and there are the here are the slopes are given. Okay, so what happened here, the water is stored and is also recharge the underground water. Then when this is the complete default, so then this water will be flowing the another step. So here also water will be stored, okay, and it's also recharge the water. And here then, so what happen, which are the other region there where can grow the crops very easily by using this water, correct? So these are the मेथड ऑफ सॉइल कंजर्वेशन, यानी कि जो स्लोपी रीजन्स में जो ज़मीन है उसको हम कैसे प्रिवेंट कर सकते हैं, हाउ वी कैन कंजर्व. So this is the methods are there. Okay. Now remedies of soil conservation. So which are the another remedies in the plain regions? Also we should have to use this. We should have to decrease the force of the water. So the roots of the trees in forest cover hold of the soil particles. The roots are very important of the trees. Okay, and the roots of the trees they covered hold of the soil particles, यानी कि soil particle को hold पकड़ के रखते हैं. So because of the very heavy rain, it will be not erased with the force of the water. Second is that plant trees in the river gorges and on mountain slopes. Nearby the rivers, nearby the river banks, we should have to plant the trees, and also on the mountain slope, so that water's force will be decreased. Okay. A series of trees will be grown near a desert region to prevent the wind with more velocity. It will stop the advancing desert. And the most important, okay, you have this question that wind is blow because of the movement of the tree. No, trees are move because of the wind. Okay, just keep it in mind that trees are not moving the wind. The trees are move or the sec because of the wind speed. Okay, so it is a we have to grow more trees, okay, near a desert region. So whenever there is a windy storms or any other wind, so which soil is a move or the transport with the wind, so it will be stopped or the prevent by the trees. यानी कि अगर कोई विंड हो रहा है और अगर मिट्टी उसके साथ मूव किया रहा है तो बीच में ट्रीज होगा, सो दैट सोइल विल बी देयर, इट विल बी नॉट मूव फर्दर. So this is the way we can prevent that other soil by deteriorating, other soil destroyed. The fertility of the other soil we can prevent. The river floods will be controlled by the diverting their flow in other rivers or in the dry river beds. Okay, if in the any river there is a very huge so much abundance of the water is there available, in the pool also there is a occur, so we can do one things that we can make a canal, we can divert that rivers of the water into the other rivers or other dry river. The other two benefits are there. With the dry river it will get the water, so other people also will benefit due to this water. Okay, then the understanding posture loosens the soil layer to on the mountain should be prevented. The unrestricted pasturing loosen the soil layer on the mountain. Okay, यानी कि बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं वो ज़मीन को खोद देते हैं, they are digging then and they use that minerals and the rocks, or so it should be instructed unrestricted. Okay, so loosen the soil layer on the mountain, it should be prevented, यानी कि ज़मीन का खोदना it is a mine thing and it should be prevented, okay, by the pasture loosen on the soil layer on the mountain. Okay, here also that you can see, so by the making these types of the cultivation, okay, on the land we can prevent, means this is the water flow, this is the way water flow, so we can prevent the water flows, यानी कि इस तरह से अलग अलग टाइप्स के पानी जो बनाने से जो वाटर का फ्लो है उसे डिक्रीज कर सकते हैं. Okay, this is the table top. Okay, it's like so what happened that from the is it is here that water, then we store water here, then water here. So in this type of the region that we can grow different types of the crops like tea, coffee, paddy also can be grown easily here. Okay, so this is the also decrease the soil erosion, we also can use of the water, so these are the most important. Okay, it is called the terrace farming, it is called the terraced farming, and this is called the horizontal cultivation. Okay, so where is the slope, so in the opposites of the slope we have to make a horizontal cultivation. Okay, now the methods like cultivation, terrace farm, etc. will be implemented in the slopy regions. We have to horizontal cultivation, and terrace farming should be implemented. Humus content should be the added to the soil which has lots of fertility, and the humus content should be added. Okay, so because of this, that fertility of the land should be increased. By implementing these remedies, soil can be observed conserved. The soil conservation is a strong necessity today. Government, society, and the people should work together for its conservation. And the soil conservation is the most important. And it's not only the responsibility of the government, but the society, the people, and the government should work together for the conservation of the soil. Okay, so now here is the exercise. So first, what is meant by resources? Describe its usage. So it is in the textbook also given that what types of the resources and what is meant by resources and what are the uses of it. Okay, right, this is the details question is the point wise. आपको ये question आंसर वो point wise लिखने हैं. Second, what is meant by soil conservation? Just now I taught you about it. State the remedies of soil conservation, and the which are the remedies of soil conservation. These all are the remedies, just only now I taught you. Okay, answer the following question as directed. Describe the process of soil formation and state the which basis these are classified. Okay, soil formation, you have to write the soil formation and on which basis they are classified. So on the basis of the colors, climate influence, structure, and the humidity. Because ICAR it is a IACR it is a classified. Write not on the alluvial soil. So on the alluvial soil write not, write not on the black soil. You have to write short note on the black soil. Answer the following in the brief in the shortly answer. State the remedy to prevent the soil erosion. Which are the remedies to soil erosion? यानी कि ज़मीन का इरोजन होने से हम कैसे बचा सकते हैं, तो उसके लिए हमें क्या ट्रिक्स युक्ति और उपाय करने चाहिए. दैट इज यू टू राइट द रेमेडीज. What is called the mountain soil? So what is called the mountain soil? So it is a, there was the meter was given that 2700. Okay, write short on about the desert soil. So you write the short on about the desert soil. The resources available at the one or two places in the world. So what is called it? Only one or two places in the world. It is called the solitary resources. Soil formation take place due to the elements of the parental rock. So because of the weathering and the erosion. Which is the other name of the Padkhau soil? Okay, so laterite soil is other name is the Padkhau soil. Recently, the soil of the Indian classified in the District Soil Council of Agriculture Research. So how many? So there are total 8. Students, so our chapter 8 is over here. So do read this video twice or thrice, or do write and the complete this exercise. Okay, and also you have to make some short questions from this exercise. Okay, take care, bye bye.